Hey guys, and welcome to Next to Suit, the YouTube channel and blog that focuses on online business owners and remote workers alike. Today we'll be discussing digital marketers, basically their role in your business, and some of the main skills that you should be focusing on if you're trying to take on this role yourself for your online business. So, digital marketing is a very broad umbrella term. It includes a wide array of marketing techniques that focuses on growing your online footprint. Therefore, digital marketers' main responsibilities are to harness the power of these online marketing techniques to grow online presence and meet a business's specific goals. So, I get asked a lot by online business owners, should I hire a dedicated digital marketer? I believe that any business that has an online presence 100% needs someone on their team that knows how to navigate that world and help them with their digital marketing efforts. You got to understand that the digital marketing landscape is ever changing. What may be popular or the norm today will most likely change by tomorrow. Social media platforms rise and fall all the time. Google's also been known to change the rules at the drop of a hat. So you really need to have someone that knows what they're doing to be able to get you through those rough times and continue helping your business grow online. So the pros and cons of hiring a digital marketer. Obviously, digital marketers don't come cheap. Well, good ones at least. And for good reason. There's really a lot that goes into becoming a good digital marketer. But if your business has a steady flow of leads and you're making some good money, I always recommend you bring a digital marketer onto your team. A good digital marketer is always going to take your business to the next level. One thing to definitely keep in mind though is do not skimp on payment for these professions. There are many individuals out there portraying themselves as experts in this field when the reality is they can actually end up doing more harm than good to your online presence. So make sure you do your due diligence and hire someone that really does know their stuff. So what if you're in the situation where you can't really hire a digital marketer, you just can't afford it? At that point, you really do have to take it upon yourself to learn these skills. I know a lot of college educated digital marketers are not going to like this view of mine, but the truth of the matter is, online marketing is not rocket science. It really isn't. I've taught myself over the years pretty much everything you need to know about digital marketing. While it is time consuming, anyone that really puts the time and effort into it will learn this stuff. Before actually going into online businesses, I was a chef in New York City for about 10 years. I think that's like the farthest you can get from knowing this stuff. So, I'm living proof, guys, that you can do this. Will it take time? Obviously, anything that's really worth doing is going to take you time. So, at this point, you might be wondering, should I go to school for this? Maybe go to a community college. I actually did that about 10 years ago, or I want to say actually about 12 or 10 years ago. I actually went to a community college for an associate's degree in new media technology. That title alone tells you how long ago this was. So this 2 year program, it focused on a lot of areas online, tech oriented stuff. Think web development, content creation, graphic design, stuff like that. It was supposed to get me ready for the world when I got out of school, but the truth is, it was pretty much a waste of time. I wouldn't say 100% since I did learn some fundamentals, but the majority of the stuff that I learned during those 2 years were obsolete by the time I left. The truth is, no one was hiring me when I graduated, and it wasn't because I was fresh out of school. It really was because what I learned had absolutely no value. But I didn't give up. Instead, I took it upon myself to start learning all these new techniques online and basically becoming self taught. When someone asks me, is this still a good time to start learning digital marketing? I always respond by saying the best time to get into digital marketing is today. With things changing as fast as they do in this industry, you're never that far behind. So you've decided to do digital marketing. You decided that you're going to be doing it for yourself and not really outsourcing it. So what are the main skills that a digital marketer should really be focusing on? In my experience, there's five main skills that you should be putting all your attention into. The first one is SEO. So SEO stands for search engine optimization. It's the process basically of setting up your website properly in order to rank and receive traffic from organic sources, such as Google search engine. So why is it important? So the truth is, you can write all day long, but if your site is not properly optimized, both on page and off, no one's ever going to really find your content on search engines. While this is more on the technical side of the skills that you're going to need, I found that SEO really isn't as hard as people make it out to sound. There's so many plugins out there that really makes your life easier for on-page optimization, especially if you're using like a WordPress site. There's WordPress plugins such as Yoast SEO, and it really does make it easy to implement. Off-page SEO can be a bit more difficult since these are usually techniques done on external sites, and you're doing things like backlinking, influencer outreach, social media engagement, form submissions, stuff like that. It's not so much that it's more difficult because it's more technical. It's more difficult because it just takes more time to actually implement these strategies. Secondly, you should also be focusing on content creation. So, as the saying goes, guys, content is king, and for good reason. Seriously, where would the internet be without content? So, a good digital marketer really should be focusing on honing in on these following skills: blog writing, copywriting, social media postings, video editing goes into content creation as well, podcasting, graphic design. Those are some of the subcategories that you really should be focusing on when it comes to content creation. Data analysis will also take you a long way. Analytics actually plays a major role in the success of any online business. Data analysis opens up a window to understanding your audience better by getting stats on traffic, conversion rates, engagement stats, click through rates, site load speed, and so on. I usually recommend beginners to focus on the three free tools provided by Google, which are Google Analytics, Google Search Console, and Google Keyword Planner. This is a good place to start and will keep track of movement on your site as well as help you with your SEO efforts. And then there's social media. As with content, you're going to need to learn how to speak to your audience on social media. My tip to people who are looking to engage with their audience more on social media networks is to build an avatar of your ideal prospect. You really want to try to get into the head of your audience. By doing this, you'll be able to serve them up the content that they're actually craving for. One piece of advice is remember each social media platform has a different voice, meaning you're not going to approach a lead on LinkedIn the same way you would on Instagram. And finally, design skills. I'm not talking about Photoshop or Illustrator. This goes way beyond graphic design. When I say design skills, I'm actually talking more about creating an environment that your audience can easily navigate. So this boils down to user experience. Things like color schemes, layouts, ad placements go a long way when it comes to user experience. Believe it or not, Google actually looks at these things when ranking your site. If you have too many people bouncing off your site, then you may have a problem with your overall design. Always try to make your site sticky by providing your visitors clear navigational directions and including multiple forms of media that both entertains and educates. So in conclusion, guys, if your business does not have the budget to bring in an in-house digital marketer, there's no need to worry. The tools for becoming a great digital marketer are all out there. There are countless blog posts, videos, infographics, podcasts to get you where you need to be. All you need to do is put in some time and effort, and I promise you, you'll get there.